start the recording. So tonight, you guys know we are talking, I'm going to talk about finances. So I'm going to try to talk about things as simply as possible. And I have a lot that I want to try to get through that I think is important for you guys. But I make a note of a question of something as I'm going through things if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Or I'm trying to leave time at the end too so that you guys can ask questions, because nobody posted anything in the team page, so I don't know if there's anything you guys are specifically wanting to know. So anyways, just a few things. Reminder of what the specials are this month. The PIO Challenge Pack is on sale, and the 3-day refresh is also on sale. Always remember that your clients can get what's called a Kickstart Pack, which is the program and 3-day refresh combined together, and that's at even a little bit more of a discount for them. So anytime things are packaged together, it comes at a discount. Usually people are saving money, which is why the Challenge Pack is such a good option when people want the full experience. So just to remember, those two things are on sale. If you don't have PIO, go into your Beachbody On Demand if you are a club member and try out one of the sample workouts so that you know what it's all about. It's low impact, but it's not low intensity. It's designed to work on your cardio, your flexibility, and your strengthening, all with your own body weight. So those are really good options for those clients that need that. Another tip, which I try to tell people all the time, I did PIO, I think I was 3 months after having a baby, and PIO strengthened my core like nothing I had ever done before. Like there was a huge increase in core strength afterwards. So definitely for moms, I think PIO is a really good option. Or anytime someone tells me they need to strengthen their core, PIO is actually one of the first things I think of. So that's just a little tip for you. And 3-day refresh, if you don't know about it, it is a cleanse. It's a mini cleanse, but you eat real food on it. It's not just like a juice cleanse. So you are eating no animal products, so there's no meat, no dairy, no eggs, nothing like that. But it's plants, vegetables, and Shakeology, vegan Shakeology. There's also another protein shake that's included with it, and a fiber sweep, which sometimes freaks people out, but it's not as bad as it sounds. And then you have healthy fats with it too. So that's what the 3-day refresh is. Remember, you can always look in your Coach Online office under business tools or product tools, and you can read more about those products. Just some quick recognition. We have a new coach on our team, Kelly Harry, who signed up under Rhiannon, so that is fantastic. And as of right now, we have Sheridan, who has hit Success Club. Amanda has 2 Success Club points. Lindsay has 3 Success Club points. Rhiannon has 2. So that is awesome. If you don't have any Success Club points, do not feel bad. I myself am currently sitting with no Success Club points. Am I freaking out? Okay, maybe just a little bit, because I'm qualifying for the Diamond Retreat next year, and I have to hit Success Club every month from now until the Diamond Club Retreat. But I have 100% confidence and faith that I'm going to hit Success Club. I've been inviting, I've been following up. I have some great events that are still coming out, so I'm not freaking out. You still have 15 days in the month to hit it, so don't freak out if you haven't hit it yet either. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about finances. So the first thing I want to talk about is, how do you make money in this business? So first is obviously your retail sales. That is people buying challenge packs from you, people buying just programs from you. Club membership, you get retail off that. If someone purchases Beachbody On Demand, becomes a club member. Anything someone buys from you. So if someone buys the Fixate cookbook, you're making 25% commission off that. Here is the kicker. For Beachbody On Demand for club membership, you actually make 40% commission off of that. So that is an even higher amount, because really Beachbody On Demand is so cheap. $40 for 3 months of getting those programs is amazing. But then you make 40% off of that. So it really does start to pay out. Amy Silverman did this great video on making $500 off 50 no's. And that was essentially if you had invited 50 people to get a challenge pack and they said, I can't afford it, it doesn't work for me, that's not what I want, but you still were trying to offer them something and you hooked them up with Beachbody On Demand, you could make $500 in a month. That doesn't sound bad to me at all. So that is one thing to keep in mind is you're making money off of any of those retail sales. This is also why it's important to be a good coach. You want to make lifetime clients, because someone is probably only going to buy a challenge pack once, because then we're hoping they stay on Shakeology. But Shakeology, you're making $30 a month off someone who's purchasing that, $30 to $40. But if they get a program in the future, then you're making more commission off that. So you want to keep those lifelong customers that want to try those new programs that come out, that want to get a new program, 6 months later when they're kind of tired of doing 21-day fix every day, things like that. So that's why it's important to be a good coach and stay in contact with your clients. Something to keep in mind, you only need to have 3 clients a month to pay for your own product. I don't know about you guys, but if you've heard my story at all, you know that for me it was never an option to have Shakeology come out of my monthly budget. I could not afford it when I started up as a coach. I was unemployed. I had a brand new baby at home. We had close to $100,000 in debt. We were barely making ends meet after I had lost my job. I obviously could then not say, okay, well, now I got to cover $100 too in our budget for Shakeology that I love. That wasn't an option. So from the very beginning, I had to have people cover my Shakeology every single month. That takes 3 people, you guys. That's it. Even if every single one of your clients canceled after a month of Shakeology, which we know doesn't happen. We know some stay on, some go off. But even if every single person canceled every month, as long as you are bringing in 3 new people, you are covering the cost of your products and you're hitting Success Club. So that's a win-win with both of those. I'm going to tell you though, your retail sales are not where you're going to make money in this business. You will see many of the top coaches say that 10% or less of their income comes from retail sales. And these are people that are hitting Success Club every single month. So where and how do you really make money in this business? It's truly through building a team. Once you get to Emerald, which is only 2 coaches underneath you, one on your right leg, one on your left leg, you start to team cycle bonus, and you start being eligible for free customers and different things like that. So that's a twofold way that you're making money. A team cycle bonus happens because you have yourself personal volume. You see when you log into your Coach Online office, and I don't do this very often, you guys. You should feel very fortunate to see this. I'm actually going to screen share with you and show you exactly what mine looks like. Just a second, let me get that up. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing it. If you're seeing it, could you nod so I can see? Okay, so your personal volume, you see under my volume when you log into your Coach Online office. Do you see, you guys? I am not lying. That is a 0 for Success Club. Do you see that right there? That's a 0. Okay, so as you can see for me, I have 39 downline coaches. That helps me tremendously with my team volume. So my personal volume are my clients that are ordering through me, my own personal order, all of that is coming in. So as you can see, I pretty much average around 1,000 of my own personal volume every month. Sometimes it's a lot higher. Sometimes it goes lower. I've never had to actually go below 800 because then I'm probably not hitting Success Club if that was the point. Team volume is what my legs are generating. So you have a strong leg and a weak leg. Whatever leg whatever leg I have placed you on is your strong leg. You will know that's a strong leg because you are seeing coaches that you haven't added show up on your team. So whenever you look in your alerts and you see this button right here that says you have one new coach in your organization, you can click on that and you can see who that is. And you'll clearly know that you didn't add that coach in. So that is going to be your strong leg. It will tell you in there what leg that person's on. You can also go up here to My Business. You can go to My Genealogy. You can go to Full Genealogy, and it will also show you what your business currently looks like as far as that. So and if you ever can't figure out what your strong leg is, just send me a message and I can tell you exactly what your strong leg is. But so your team volume, so this is what my team is generating. For me, my left leg is my strong leg. So what that means is that whatever coach's Ariel places on that leg, I benefit from their volume too. Here's the other great thing. When Ariel's coaches place their own coaches on that leg, I also benefit from their volume. So there are some coaches on here that are coaches of Ariel, and as she continues to grow her business and those coaches keep adding, those people just keep building my leg. I will tell you, Meg screen shared her legs the other day. She generates 15,000 in volume. Think of that compared to what I am generating for you right now. This is actually a pretty low number. I'm not going to lie to you. I cycle pretty high on my left leg, anywhere from 800 to 1,200 in volume. And my right leg right now will currently cycle up to 600. So I'm building that leg. So imagine that 15,000 in volume. So then how you cycle is you have 200 team volume on your strong leg and 100 on your weak leg. As soon as you have those two numbers match up, you cycle. As an emerald, that means you earn $14. As a ruby, you earn $16. As a diamond, you earn $18 for every cycle that happens. So 15,000 in volume, imagine that cycle times $18. I will tell you this also, it was a huge jump for me, even from emerald to, I'm going to stop sharing that really quick. Even from emerald to diamond, I started cycle bonusing from like $48 to $144 are some of the ones that I've seen. Your ultimate goal is to balance your legs. If you can match volume on each leg, you're cycling a lot more. Or if you could even get your weak leg stronger, which I honestly have not seen any coach that has done that. I think that would be almost impossible. But if you could do that, that would be amazing. Here's the other great things. Your volume carries over. So when I first started out, I had a couple coaches on my strong leg because Ariel had placed a couple coaches there. But I only had 1 to 2 on my weak leg. So kind of what happened was I would cycle like 1 time a month because I would get 90 Shakeology from a customer, and then I would have to wait until my other customer order went through or until the next month. But then, at least I was cycling. So it does take a little bit to build up, but I'm not going to pass up $14 that I didn't have to necessarily do much for. So that's how your team volume eventually grows, and that will become a big bonus for you. There have been a couple paychecks where my cycle bonus is almost equaling my retail bonus, which is great because you guys, I'm a little baby coach right now. Just a little baby coach. That's all I am. I'm nothing too big in this business. I'm not making millions yet, but I'm still getting a decent income out of it. So, third way that you earn money in this business. Star Diamond bonuses. Did you even know Beachbody did that? Well, if you didn't, now you do. You start to earn a Star Diamond bonus at 2-star. You get a bonus at 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star. So what that means is Beachbody takes a certain percentage of their gross profits every quarter, so every 3 months, and those are broken into pools. And then everyone that is a 2-star diamond goes into that pool, it's divided equally, and you get that bonus. Then everyone that's a 5-star gets that bonus, 10-star, 15-star. Obviously, the higher up that you go in the stars, the less there are, so your bonus is bigger. The other great thing is, once you're a 5-star, you go in the 5-star bonus pot and the 2-star bonus pot because you qualify to meet both of those. So what does that bonus usually look like? The average for a 2-star is $1,000. So an extra $4,000 a year, you can't pass that up. The average for a 5-star is $3,500 to $4,500. And again, remember, these are quarterly, so every 3 months. 10-star is $10,000 to $15,000. And a 15-star is $30,000 to $50,000, just depending on how many are holding that rank at that time. So for some of you, if you got to a 15-star, myself included, I could be making my yearly salary in a 3-month period. That's what we're all here for, right? You want to be replacing your full-time income with your Beachbody income if possible. Or, you know, even if you still want to work full-time, which you could work full-time and be a 15-star diamond. You're just going to have excellent time management skills. Imagine having $30,000 extra dollars to do with every 3 months. So that's the great thing about that. The other thing is, once you hit 2-star, you start earning $1,000 for every extra diamond that you have, up to 10-star. So there are some different financial things that you can look at. Some of the big people in the business, I really look at Jeffrey Ambusher and, oh my gosh, his name just went out of my head, Jason Diebold. They are big-time financial Beachbody people that if you are really into the financial side, there's someone to look at. They're very technical speaking. So if you don't understand a lot of this, I wouldn't go after and look at them. But they will tell a lot of people that getting to 15-star is not worth it, that you should get to 10-star and then continue to build your other business centers. Once you get to 2-star, you can open your own second business center. Why do you want to do that? Because you can max out on cycle bonuses in Emerald, Ruby, and Diamond, depending on how much volume you have. And truly, like once I become a 2-star, I'm going to open another business center because once I get that business center to Diamond, that makes me a 3-star diamond, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're a 5-star in your first diamond, in your first business center, and a 2-star in your second business center, you get both of those bonuses again. So those are just some things to think about. And once you get to that point, we would really start having one-on-one conversations. Plus, you get your own advisor from corporate. That's my goal, is I want to get my own advisor from corporate to call me to talk about my business to best strategize. So when I get to that point, trust me, you guys will all know. I will make a business card that says I have my own corporate advisor. Anyway, so that's why it's important to rank advanced, because the opportunities for bonuses are way beyond just the retail side of this. You still have to be doing the things like getting clients, getting customers, selling challenge packs to get to these places because you're still building your business. But that is why it's important to build your team through this. So how do you maximize your profit? Well, the first thing, and if any of you are surprised that I tell you this, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. But the first thing that you should do is make a budget. I'm going to show you what I recommend for you. So you guys should all know I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan. This comes off of Dave Ramsey. This is an irregular income planning form. The reason why I recommend you use this is because you don't have a steady income yet that you are counting on with Beachbody. I don't for sure know that I'm making $5,000 on average every single month. So instead, I plan out my irregular income. What this means is that you write down everything that you want to spend on in your business in the month. And then starting at the top, once your income comes in, you pay and plan for those things. So what I kind of did to get this started was I took a month and I I kind of just stopped spending in a month. I spent on what I had to, but I really needed to build up the extra. The other thing I'm going to recommend for you guys is that you open your own checking account for your business only. It took me a while to get there. It took me honestly about 9 months. I didn't think I really needed to do that. But once I looked at how hard it was for me to accurately track the profit in my business, what I was spending, different things like that, I opened the checking account and it's been much easier. I just direct deposit my Beachbody income into that account, and then I only spend for Beachbody out of that account. So it makes it a lot easier and cleaner. I know exactly what I'm spending on my business. I know exactly where my profit is, things like that. But so for me, the very first item is my Beachbody products. So Shakeology, and then under gym, I order Energize and Focus Boost Energy. Sometimes I order E&E. Whatever it's going to be for the month, I put that as my Beachbody products because those are my highest expense items and I don't want to cover those out of my budget. The second thing I put in there are my fees. So I pay for Jim's website fee and my website fee. So, you know, $32 approximately, or $31.90 I think is what it is. The reason why I put that second is because if I have a horrible month, I could probably cover $32 out of my regular budget, right? I could probably cut $32 out of my grocery bill to cover that. Third for me is my Emerald fees, my business center fees, or my club membership fees. I just divide those up, the $41 by 3 months, because then I save that amount every month to spend towards my business. The next thing that I save for is ads on Facebook and messaging people that aren't connected to me. So I have figured out approximately what I want to spend every month, and I put that on there to save. The last thing I put on there is incentives, prizes that I want to buy, or things like that. Or if I know a new product is going to come out, so like in December when Hammer and Chisel comes out, I know I'm going to want to buy that. So then that will go on my budget to spend. You guys, I don't spend outside of that. And what happens is my income comes in, I immediately take out 25%. I do not take out 25% for taxes. You guys are probably not making enough to actually get charged taxes on your business. My first year, I did take out 20% right off the top for taxes, and then took out 25% after that for trainings. That's actually what I saved that 25% for, because I travel. If Meg offers a retreat and I want to go, I have to pay for that money out of pay for that ticket out of my business. So that is what I spend it on. That's what I save that for. Nashville in July, that's what I'm saving that 25% for, because my tickets tend to be very high. I have to save all year for that, but that's just what I do. I take it off and I put it in savings. You definitely can talk to a financial advisor about whether you need to save your taxes. You can just try it. Like the first year I told you I saved 20%, I just put it in my savings account. And then at the end of the year when we did taxes and I discovered I didn't need to pay any, I just dumped that actually into my training savings fund. So that's what I did. But I take out that 25%, then what's left after that, I go down that list. I start at the top and I take that amount out of the profit, and until I make the amount that I need to cover that, I don't go down to the next one. So if at the end of the month I haven't covered enough to buy any prizes that month, I don't buy prizes. You have to figure out right away whether you are making enough or whether you are having to float your business a little bit, whether you're willing to do that. I also save an emergency fund. I save $100 every single month up until I get to the point, like for me, I think I have it figured at worst or at most, I am running my business for about $350 a month. That is including my products, my fees, and my ads. Because honestly, ads and messaging, I budget $150 a month for. So at most, I'm spending $300 to $350 a month on my business. My goal is to have a 6-month emergency fund for my business so that if something happened, let's say I am just tanking, no one is buying from me, All my coaches are dropping off. All these things are happening. I have an emergency fund that I can pull out of for my business. In June, I had a really bad month. I only hit Success Club 6. I had people canceling Shakeology left and right. I don't know what happened. Like, I invited over 200 people that month. So it was just a poor month for me. Whatever I was doing wasn't working, or people weren't responding to me. So I actually had to go $50 into my emergency fund that month. But once I get to $1,800 in my emergency fund, I don't save towards that anymore. So at the end of the month, whatever is left after I met all my expenses, then that goes, for me, that goes back into my personal checking account because it pays down debt. So I'm writing essentially a paycheck to myself. I've paid myself for the month. There are months I don't get to pay myself anything. So don't feel bad. When I first started out, I literally covered my Shakeology, my coach's fee, and I had sometimes $10 left over, sometimes $50 left over. Some months were better than others, but I covered my expenses. That was how it had to work for me. It's okay to not have it cover your expenses at first, but I'm going to be very honest with you. You have to decide how that's going to work for you. If you cover Shakeology in your grocery budget, that's fine. I don't have any problem how you work your business. If you just take everything for profit, or if you put everything back into your business. My goal in 2016 is that not only am I doing all of these things, but then I'm taking 20% and putting it back into my business. So whether that's additional training, I'm buying things for my coaches. I would really like to be able to do a team retreat in 2016. So those are the things I want to put back into my business. But I'm not at that point yet. And I don't want you guys to feel like you have to be at that point yet. I do not recommend you buy incentives and prizes at this point in your business. You need to be covering your business costs first. Don't feel like you need to go out and spend extra money. I didn't offer any incentives or prizes my first year as a coach. So don't feel like you need to either. And believe me, of all people, I understand that. So like our Team Cup group that we have right now, Lindsay is in there. We offered prizes. Ariel and I firmly talked about it. I was not going to expect Lindsay to bring anything into prizes. And that's just kind of how we work. Ariel and I both work that way. So that's just how it goes. I'm not going to expect you that you are going out and spending things on your business. You can, if you want to. You can certainly offer prizes. I'm not telling you you can't. You run your business however you want. I'm just telling you, I'm recommending you spend your income, your profits on your products and your coaches' fees first, and then go from there. Your business will grow. I promise you, promise you, promise you. Okay. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was how to have your spouse be a part of this business without costing you a ton of money. So if you don't know this, you only have to have 50 personal volume to stay active. Shakeology actually gives you 90 personal volume. So you can drop down to 50 personal volume if you need to. So like for me right now for gym, that looks like Energize and Focused Energy Boost. That's cheaper than actually buying Shakeology in a month. There's a lot of different ways you can play around with it and get that 50 personal volume. The only thing is if you're wanting to qualify for Success Club, then it does have to be on Home Direct. So like Shakeology Home Direct every month, or you can get E&E or Energize or any of those things on Home Direct also. But so for me, I don't need Jim to qualify for Success Club. I could care less if he qualifies for Success Club. So I just keep him on 50 personal volume. The other thing I do is I only order Shakeology through my business center. I order everything else through Jim. So if I'm going to offer prizes or incentives, I order it through Jim because that's giving him the personal volume, and I may end up skipping an order for him that month because he's already met it. And then I cycle bonus off of it. So it's a double win for me because he's building that leg, that team volume leg for me. So that's one way to do it. Do not have a club fee on your spouse unless he's Emerald. So don't pay for that Beachbody On Demand fee unless your spouse is Emerald, because then you do need it to keep them Emerald. Otherwise, don't do it. You already have club. At least you should. I'm recommending you should have club. So you already have that. Don't pay for it on them. Let's see. And just be smart about it. Like there were quite a few months where I had both Jim and I on Shakeology because I wanted the Shakeology to give out to customers. Or we just were drinking it a lot in my household because my kids drink Shakeology all the time. So just be smart about how much you spend on your spouse to keep them a part of your business. And I do recommend that you sign them up in your business as soon as possible. Jim was my very first coach. I will tell you now, he has 15 coaches underneath him, I think. So he is benefiting from that volume. He is Emerald. He's one of my Emeralds on my team. And he makes me an additional profit almost every single month he's getting, or almost every single week he's getting a paycheck. He is to the point now where his business center almost covers his business expenses. So think about the extra profit for me. That takes even more of a load off my personal income that I need to generate because his business is generating that. And he's cycling and he's getting an Emerald fee cycle bonus, and he earns free customers every once in a great while. He has to have a really great month because, again, I don't care about Success Club for him, so I'm not trying to build that in his business. I'm building him purely for profit. So we have about 6 minutes left, so I'm going to unmute you guys. Some of you know how to unmute yourself, but otherwise, so if you have a question, go ahead and ask it now.
Ads, what's that about? What do you mean on Facebook?
If you have a like page, you can run ads. You can only run ads off your like page, and you can pay to promote either your web page or you can promote to boost a post. So when you guys are going through the news feed, if you see a post of mine come up and then under it, and this would be off my like page, and under it, it says sponsored, or as you go through your news feed, if you see anything that says sponsored, that means that person has paid to have it boosted. I boost 2 posts approximately a week. You can set your budget that you want. You target your audience, everything like that. But I also have an ongoing promotion to promote my page. And I get, I don't know, anywhere from 20 to 40 new likes on my page. So that's 20 to 40 new contacts. So for me, it's worth it to spend that. I literally spend $1 a day at the most for that. So I just count on that being $30 to $35 a month that I'm charging to promote my page. And then I spend the bulk of my money on boosting ads. And I set a billing threshold. You can do that on your Facebook. So once I spend $50 in a month, Facebook pays my balance and sends me an email. So that way I'm keeping track of it too in my budget. So once I get a second notice that my bill has been paid in a month, I'm really watching my budget because I've already spent $100. So that's how I look at it. I might not boost anything for the rest of the month. Any other questions? Any financial questions you want? I'm pretty open about this, so. Anything else? I'm going once. Going twice. Please, if there's anything you don't understand, please do ask about the financial aspect of it. Okay, I'm only going to make you sit here in awkward silence for so long, you guys. I'm a teacher. I've been trained to count to 10 before moving on. So, okay, that's what I have for you tonight then on finances, way to increase your finances. And you guys, something else, I don't want you to ever be ashamed to be in this business to make money. That's how I got in this business. You don't work for free. You do not coach for free. Yes, you do give some content away for free. You're posting things on your page to give people content and value and to want to keep looking at you. You do not have someone that has a coach already ask you to join your challenge group, because your challenge groups are your money maker. That's where you're spending your time. You're pouring your effort into those clients. You're there to help them succeed. Someone else has already paid another coach to do that for them. You do not let those people in your challenge group. There's a big difference between someone who just bought a Beachbody product and doesn't have a coach and needs that help and assistance versus somebody who has a coach and then asks you to be in their group. You don't do that. Again, you can run your business how you want. I'm just telling you, you're going to get burned if you do that. Invite your friends that already have a Beachbody product to join you. They might become Shakeology customers. They might buy a different program from you later. That's perfectly okay to help those people. I'm not saying you don't. Don't put someone else, though, that already has a coach into your group. It's unethical. That person may end up switching to you because they don't know about being allegiant to their coach, and that's wrong that you're trying to push them like that. But 2, don't spend your money and your time on someone who's not willing to invest in you. I also very rarely let people who borrowed a program from someone in my challenge group. The reason why, it's not because I don't want to help them, but it's because research shows people who are unwilling to invest any money in themselves are not going to make a commitment. So I might check in with them weekly. I'm perfectly fine to do that, but I don't usually let them in a challenge group. That's just something I've learned along the way. So value yourself, value your time, know that you're worth it, and treat yourself as such. But don't be ashamed that you're making a profit out of this. You joined this business for a reason, and I want you to remember that. Yes, we're here to help people. If you weren't here to help people, you wouldn't be a health and fitness coach. But you're also here to make money off of this, and that's perfectly okay. Don't ever feel bad about that. So that's it for tonight. I just want to tell you guys thanks for hopping on. If you do have any other questions, post them in the group, message me. I am happy to answer them. So have a great night. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Kara.